Hello, and today we're going to show you how to create an account so that you can submit stories to our dispenser. Uh, Doing this allows you to not only send us stories, but also go in and maybe possibly edit your stories later on. And the reason why you want to create an account is it's the only way you can submit us a story, a poetry, a recipe, a comic, whatever the library decides to do during that time frame. It's best that you create an account and remember your account login information. So let's start first by creating an account. So once you've clicked the link on our website that says register here, what you want to do is go to this page here and start typing in your information. So one of the things that people see here is your first and last name. Now, you don't necessarily have to put in your first and last name. It's good if you did. However, note that anything that you decide to submit for publishing onto our machine, what would happen is your first and last name will show on that submission. So if you want to use a pseudonym or a name that may be a username or something, you can definitely do that as well, or maybe even your initials. It's not really picky depending on what you type in. Obviously, it has to be appropriate, so please please be wise when you start typing in certain things. But anyway, I'll show you how to do this. So first and foremost, let's click on our first name. So we're going to type in our first name. We're going to type in our last name. For email here, what we're going to do is we're going to enter our email address. And the password, just letting you guys know, the password has to be 8 characters at least minimum. It has to be 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, and 1 special character. So let's type in a password, and we will have to type it in twice. So let's type it in first. And then let's type it in again to confirm it. Okay, and then last but not least, you do have to click this button because it basically just tells you you are creating an account, you understand that there's a terms of use and privacy policy in place. That also can be accessed on our website by clicking the link on our submission page that explains what our policy is, or at least the submitting policy for your stories. So all you have to do is click create an account. Give it a moment while it's creating. All right, so now an email address that you've put in should receive an email real soon that asks you to validate your submission, at least the file that you created or the username, which, by the way, as I just heard now, I do have an inbox message, so I believe that is it. So let's click over to here, and here's the email you're going to get. In this case, I'm going to say I'm going to trust the sender because I want it to be on my safe list, because what happens is if we ever need to get a hold of you, like for example, if we decide to accept your submission, you want to make sure you accept or at least trust our email server here, so that way you get an email that says, hey, your story was accepted. Or if there's a chance that we need you to edit it, maybe something wasn't quite clear in it, we'll send you another email from this server that says, hey, can you go back in real quick, maybe log in and just check the submission that you sent and make sure you edited out something. And whatever we have to do to get a hold of you, it will be through this portal, and you always want to trust and maybe not spam it. Also, what I would recommend doing is setting this up so that you could put this on your safe senders list. Anyway, for the time being, I'm just going to click on this link, which is going to confirm my account, and you can see up here it says congrats, your account is now activated. So from this page, all you have to do now is, if you're interested in submitting a story or a poem or a recipe, just click the submit button here, and what it'll do is it'll take you to this page. Obviously, you want to put a title in up here. You can type up your story, your poem, or in this case, a recipe even. You can type it in here. And for genre, a lot of the times it's what you think it is. But if you're submitting through the holiday season where we're doing our recipes, you might want to type in holiday recipes here. If it's a poem, maybe you can put in a library genre as poem. Whatever you decide, just put this in here, and we will always go in and maybe change it later on if we have to. And then when you're completely done typing in your story or your poem or your recipe, just click the accept conditions of submission. And if you want to look at that, you can click the link and it'll take you there so you can kind of read over what the privacy policy is, and then hit submit. And when you're done, you'll get a confirmation that says on the screen that you submitted your story. But I will walk you through that in just a moment. We'll do another one of these how-to sessions. Thank you.